Bigg Boss 18, November 4. Summary recap. Spoilers ahead. The latest episode of Bigg Boss 18 opened with the high-energy entry of two new wildcards. Digvijay and Karishma, whose arrival stoked a fresh wave of chaos and drama. Digvijay was quick to notice the deceptive calm of the Bigg Boss house, while Karishma jumped right into a fiery exchange with him, particularly over his apparent habit of victimizing her and making jabs about his mother. Their bickering set the stage for a feisty day, hinting at deeper animosities. Karishma's entry immediately stirred curiosity, with housemates like Shilpa and Aisha gossiping about her supposed dominating vibe, while Rajat quickly reminded Digvijay not to bring up any cases or bhabhis. The housemates appeared eager to find out more about these new contestants but were cautious not to dig too deep. Rajat even joked about his budding attachment to a new friend, fueling house gossip. As night fell, Digvijay found himself in a heated spat with Kashish, who accused him of riding her coattails for fame. Their exchange escalated into personal attacks, with Aisha on the sidelines critiquing their social media style drama. This wasn't the only clash. When Karan prodded Kashish about appreciating another housemate, she deflected, triggering yet another wave of disputes about chores and fairness. Vivan attempted to restore order by assigning household duties, but Digvijay flatly refused, stating that his ego wouldn't allow him to handle washroom duties, pushing Vivan to his limits. Vivan's authority as the self-appointed time god was questioned repeatedly, with his attempts to delegate met with reluctance and outright rebellion. Digvijay continued his defiance, leaving Vivan frustrated, while Kashish managed to charm her way into an easier task. Tension simmered as the divide between Vivan and Digvijay grew sharper, with housemates like Aisha and Avinash picking sides and scheming behind each other's backs, while alliances seemed to solidify. Snide comments flew between Aisha, Kashish, and Avinash, with each throwing shade at the other. Sara chimed in, further fueling the tension by labeling Avinash a poppet, a dig he didn't take lightly. Vivan found himself entangled in this power struggle, trying to keep control over his time god title, as housemates continued to ignore him and criticize his leadership. As the night progressed, Rajat displayed a more poetic side, attempting to diffuse some tension through humor, though it did little to ease the escalating hostilities. When the topic shifted to loyalty and friendships, it was clear that Aisha and Avinash held strong opinions, with Aisha accusing Avinash of overacting and trying to play a villain. Meanwhile, Kashish couldn't resist poking at Aisha's insecurities, claiming Aisha was desperate to fit in. With emotions at a boiling point, the house awoke the next morning only to dive back into ongoing squabbles. An ongoing feud over withheld food sparked a new argument, with Aisha and Alice accusing certain housemates of hiding green tea, which they labeled as cheap behavior. Vivan was left to mediate yet again but struggled to keep tempers in check. But Bigg Boss wasn't done with the drama yet. An announcement introduced a wild octopus, a new task demanding Vivan to nominate 8 contestants for eviction. This sent shockwaves through the house, as everyone realized the stakes were suddenly higher. The house was now a mix of alliances, grudges, and undercurrents of resentment. Digvijay and Karishma's entry had indeed shaken things up, but the impending nominations held the power to reshape the dynamics of the house entirely. With new alliances forming, unexpected animosities surfacing, and ever-present scheming, Bigg Boss 18 is a powder keg ready to blow.